알려진 악마? 토론으로 향하다. 칠과에 가면 알 수 있다. 칠과. 마스터 관리과가 아니고 칠과로 가라. 아우 맞추기 어렵다. 하위 섹션. 여기가 칠과인가? 칠과가 문이 닫혀있네? 친구? 나 친구 없는데? 그러고 보니까 사라를 데려와야 되는데? 어떻게 해야 되지? 어디다 놓고 갔지?
President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get. Which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am?
모르겠는데요? 아니야, 그럴 리가 없다는 또 뭐. 잠깐만, 설마. 안 죽었어?
But most know me as Victus. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes. But the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. So they put me here. A sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death served the colonies.
유 씨가 거짓말을 하고 있었다니. 죽음을 위장했나?
One final act of rebellion by the leadership that lost the colony war. The trial was authentic. I faced tribunal with dignity, but my execution staged. A lethal injection that was anything but. The cabinet at the time, long gone now, wished to keep me on as an advisor. And considering the other option, I was in no place to refuse. So I elected to trade my freedom for my continued existence. But such is the life of a soldier.
그 클로는 그럼.
Very astute. That's my daughter. My progeny. You've been working alongside. Has she shared with you the nature of our little family?
클론이라고 들었는데.
Did she?
클론이 아닌 거야?
So willing to trust Hadrian. I never did succeed in driving that out of her. Our relationship has always been a challenging one. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training to support it. And she excelled. But the universe cut all that short. Now, though, it's placed even more crucial work in front of the two of you. And I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to do.
이 복제 계획에 대해 좀 더 알고 싶다. 복제가 맞긴 한가 보네.
It was an attempt by the United Colonies to solidify its own legacy, forging a new generation of great leaders. They were raised by adoptive families made up of scholars and tacticians, trained at the United Colony's greatest scientific and military academies, displayed incredible promise. But by the time the Colony War came to a close, there was only Hadrian. But that's ancient history now. You have much more pressing matters at hand, with which I can help.
알았다. 이야기를 들어보지.
After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with.
전범 추적이라.
Well, who better to find them? But many of them I knew personally, and I've always had a mind for details. Where someone was born, next of kin. You'd be shocked how often an otherwise brilliant criminal flees to the planet just next to the one where they were born, or where a family member resides. I simply use my own personal knowledge and the information our group collects for me to track them down and set things right.
계속 이야기하기.
There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlays. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colony's more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the Colony War ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder to this day. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him, however you're able. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly. Bring me evidence that the job's done, and I'll tell you what I know.
셰프에서 UC에 내쫓으면 안 되는 건가? 이게 뭔 소리지? 근데 왜 이런 일을 시키지? 회수반이라는 곳에 부탁하면 될 것 같은데.
Captain, your files indicate a track record of unlikely successes. It is my genuine hope that, perhaps down the line, you might become a part of our team. And this might be something of a tryout.
반드시 해치우지.
Good. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria. Wolf system. There's a star station in the vicinity. The Den. The head of the local vanguard, one Captain Marquez, should be able to help you find our man.
맥켄타이어 보좌관과 대화하기. 그 보좌관이 어디 있는데? 이 누나 이름을 내가 기억을 못한데도.
Captain, did your meeting go well? I hope it's clear now why we needed you to agree to all the secrecy.
제가 보니 채용당해야 할 전범이 있었어.
Captain, please, keep your voice down. The situation with the prisoner is a complex one. A holdover from a different era. But it's a situation we've been managing as discreetly and humanely as we can for some time now. And the most critical part of that management is making sure no one else learns of it. Do I make myself clear?
뭐 하이드리안에게 알리지 않는 이유는 당연히 안 알려주겠지만.
The Major doesn't have clearance for this sort of information. And she certainly doesn't need a distraction from her current, very important work. which is why I need you to keep this to yourself.
알겠음.
Good. Because bringing this up to the outside world would create the unfair appearance, Captain, that you're unhinged. And that's not a good look for any of us. Now, was there something in particular you needed to discuss about what we were just discussing?
자, 살인을 의뢰받았다. 표적은 레지날드 아우라스라는 남자다.
We're not big on extrajudicial killings. But bringing Orlace to justice? That man's been on the run for a long time. Catching him would be a major success for the UC. What's being offered in return?
하이드리안 옛 연구팀의 소식.
Really? He found the members of the research team. We'd already initiated a search for them, but it'd save a lot of time and manpower if he just gave us that information. Captain, if that's the deal, you have my endorsement. Just so long as you make every effort to bring the man in alive. Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss regarding your meeting?
함정일 가능성은?
Trusting the man downstairs would be a mistake. But I don't think you need to be too concerned. This is far from the first name he's handed over, and all previous missions went off largely without a hitch. So while I'd certainly warrant caution, I think you can proceed.
덴에 가기로 했다. 어떤 정보가 있지?
The Den? It's a star station. Orbiting Wolf, the second star station actually to bear that title. The first one was blown to smithereens by House Varun during the Serpent's Crusade. The place has always acted as a remote strategic hub, primarily for repairing and refueling UC military vessels. But because of its distance from the rest of the UC, things there have always been a little more lax. Patrols included. I can think of worse places in the galaxy for a criminal to hide out.
요 정도였어.
Then I'll bid you good day, Captain, and remind you of the importance of discretion.
즉, 그러니까 죽이거나 아니면은 살려서 와라. 뭐죠?
That was a pleasant change of scenery.
죽여서 가서 그 할아버지한테 이야기해도 되고, 살려서 UC로 가도 되고. 뭐야, 왜 교신만 나와? 왜 도킹 안 나와?
Have you ever tried Aurora?
Well, not in a long time, sweetheart. Not since you were born.
What was it like? We have
Terrible. It was terrible. You stay away from that stuff, Cora. Trust me, it's the worst.
아, 그러고 보니까 여기 있네? 돌아왔네?
Sometimes I just want to turn off the grav drive so we can float around.
옷을 입고 무게 160. 아이고, 꽉 찼네. 넣을 데가 여기 없던데? 이런. 같이 가지.
If you don't mind,
아니지.
I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner rather than later. Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far.
아니야,
Let's go.
너 말고. 어이, 샘? 오랜만에 같이 좀 가자.
Do you need something?
Yeah, the way you handle things, not bad.
다시 나갈 준비됐나?
Once you're done with your other business, I'd love to. Not right now.
충무가 안 끝났어?
Hello.
뭔 소리야? 충무가 완료. 아,
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner rather than later.
아하, 다음에
Admiral
로건
Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far.
진행해야겠네. 이거 끝나고. 일단은 여기서 얻는 아이템은 그냥 포기하는 걸로. 아주 좋은 거 나오는 거 빼놓고는. 응? 저긴가?
Well, this station's seen better days. I wonder if the UC will ever fully restore it to its
레이나.
former glory.
아르케즈.
Looking to lodge a complaint? Then you want UC security, not the Vanguard.
신경 쓰지 않아도 돼요. 당신에게 하라고 해서 왔어.
Can try, I guess. Why? What do you need?
레지날드 아우라스라는 사람을 아나?
Orlaise. Doesn't ring a bell. Anything you can tell me about him?
좀 표정이 에시리아 근처에 사는 것 같고.
A man living around Etheria, the gas giant.
가스 행성이야?
One ship like that I know of. Never docks, doesn't respond to hails. They call it the Warlock. Maybe this Orlaise of yours is the one piloting it. I can give you the coordinates to its last sighted location if you want. Just, well, you'll need to be careful. That part of Etheria's sky is an old debris field. Plenty dangerous. More than a few scrappers heading out never came back.
자, 에시리아의 궤도에 무엇이 위험하지?
Well, the original Den Star Station was destroyed decades ago during the Serpent's Crusade by marauding House Varun zealots. Big part of the remains from those battles ended up gathering around Etheria, forming a nasty debris field. Every now and then, some headstrong scrapper comes limping back because they hit an 80-year-old mine. Or sometimes they don't come back at all.
그 워럭에 대해서 또 어떤 이야기를 할 수 있을까?
I honestly thought it was just a story board haulers told each other to keep themselves amused. Pretty surprised to find out he has a name. Like finding out the Grim Reaper's named Mitch or something. Huh. Makes you wonder though. Ships have been disappearing in those fields for years. Going theory on why was a combination of old ordnance and Etheria's gravity disappearing them. But maybe someone's been helping them over the ledge.
덴에 대해서 알아야 될 건?
Things you should know? The den's not really that kind of place. This is a quiet assignment. Keep an eye out for pirates, make sure smuggling's kept to a minimum, occasional rescue job out in the debris fields. Otherwise, it's mostly long haulers and staying ready for the day the collective wants another round, or House Varun comes back in force.
좌표를 받아야겠군.
Sure thing. Here, this should get you pointed in the right direction. Go get your man.
선박의 EM 무기는 무작위로 적의 시스템을 손상해 입힐 수도 있고 엔진을 정지시켜 탑승을 할 수 있도록 할 수도 있다. EM 무기를 써가지고 탑승할 수 있게 한다 그거야? 선박? 근데 선박에 EM 무기가 내가 없을 텐데 뭐 개조해야 된다는 건가? 아까 개조할 수 있는 그 친구가 여기 어디 있었는데 여긴가? 응. EM? 수리?
Looks to me like you're already in pretty good shape.
아 그래? 개조?
Sure, have at it.
그러면 EM 무기를 하나 넣어야 되고 EM 무기를 여기다 넣어야겠구만. EM 요건가? EM 손상 쭉 올라가 있는 게 요건데 EMP 요것도 EM 스파크 서프레서 그래 EM 스파크 서프레서 요건가 보다. 사거리 1000 800 그리고 선체 손상도 조금 되는데 요거를 달아봐야겠구만. 그죠? 빠른 저장하고 상태에서 조사 미션 캐닝 여기구만. 이동 엔진 같은 걸 부수고 EM 무기를 써가지고 멈추게 한 다음에 올라타야 되나? 아이씨 뭐야, 왜 타겟팅도 안 돼 얘들은. 또내 엔진 정지인데 뒤로 넘어갔어. 락. 락. 가지고 뒤로 어떻게 엔진을 멈추게 하는 방법이. 그치. 하나 더. 한 번 더. 엔진. 됐다. 부킹. 됐다. 살려서 데려오라고도 했으니까 살려서 데려가는 걸로.
Talking integrity, 100%.
Might not be jealousy, but this ship is starting to feel like home.
애를 파괴하다 혹은 뭐야, 왜 끽끽거려? 어? 수동 제어 활성화됐고 저기 있구만. 저장하자. 빠른 저장. 에이? 죽었어? 붕대. 이호는 뭐지? 뭐야, 주사기. 자살한 거야? 증거 찾아야지. 어? 아니야? 그냥 올라가는 거야? 뭐 이렇게 싱거워? 얘 그냥 얘 타고 못 가나? 탈 수 있다. 아, 조정할 수 없습니다. 요거는 개인 로그. 다 삭제됐네? 항목 있다. 1151. 후더디슨 유보돈 뭐 있다. 어쨌든 영어로 뭐가 있는데 넘어가고 나중에 보도록 하고. 요거는 사모람. 뭐 이왕 들어오게 된 거 탈탈 털어야지. 이거 뭐 없나? 다른 건 또 없나?
Don't worry about me. I've handled worse heat than this.
특별히 뭐 없네. 자, ABTS에게 증거를 전달한다. 뉴 아틀란티스로 가는 거야? 아니 뭐 살려서 갈 수 있는 선택지가 있는 것처럼 해놓고서 안 되네? 지가 그냥 자살해버리는데? 어이? 저 위로 가라고 하는 것 같은데? 지하로, 하위 섹션으로. 얘가 자살을 해버렸어. 살려가고 싶었는데 주사기 뿅해가지고 가버리는 바람에.
I've lived in New Atlantis almost my entire life, and I had no idea this place even existed. The UCs, you go on ahead. I'll be fine. Oh, good luck.
Welcome back, Captain. Do you have some news for me regarding Dr. Olays?
본인을 데려오려고 했지만 그는 스스로 목숨을 끊었다.
I'm not surprised. The man fled every consequence he ever faced. Of course, you don't expect me to just take you at your word, do you?
아무것도 복구할 수 없다고 말하면 어떻게 되나?
I'd say it'd be a waste of your and Hadrian's time to have to track down the research team on your own. Surely you found something.
동그라미 가져왔다.
Excellent. Please, deposit it in the transfer system.
여기다 넣으라고?
Transfer accepted.
Would you look at that? Kept it all these years. Some simply couldn't let go of that old world. This is fine work, Captain. I can ensure the remaining team members find their way to the Red Devil's headquarters. Except for one. That one you'll need to collect yourself. His name is Kaiser. You can find him on the Freestar world of Nira, wandering the battlefield there. The area was ground zero for xeno-weapon deployments during the war, so I would arm yourself appropriately. And I think you'll want to check in with Hadrian and Dr. Walker before paying it a visit. Kaiser will likely have security protocols you'll need their help to overcome.
보안 프로토콜? 카이저란 로봇인가?
A military Model A, yes. Specifically customized for the needs of the Xeno warfare team during the Colony War. A powerful resource, if you can recover him.
정보 고맙군.
Of course. We're protecting the galaxy, Captain. We'll need every tool at our disposal.
전쟁의 유물, 하이드리안에게 보고하기. 그러면은 로봇을 찾아서 동료로 로봇 타는 건 아니겠지? 일 가라고? 잠깐만. 하이드리안한테 보고하라는데 하이드리안이 어디 있어? 레드 데블스 본부에 있구만. 시드니야? 여기구만.
Careful with that spacesuit. One serious puncture, and you're done.
로봇인데? 아, 그냥 순찰이구나.
Hello. Captain, welcome back. I was afraid you might have gotten reassigned. You've been gone so long. So how's it feel to be a citizen?
기분이 좋군.
It should. You risked life and limb to earn it.
Though I have had my own personal struggles with the
안 보여, 안 보여.
Colonies, I'm happy for you. I really am.
안 보인데도
Congratulations.
But it is real good to have you here again. We've been going through the Terramorph data and, well, we're gonna need all the help we can get. These logs, they're even more thorough than I remembered. Genetic workups, population statistics, hell, even their food chain. I'd completely forgotten, for example, that there was a creature that actually ate Terramorphs. At this point, the data's given us more options to explore than we have people to work on them.
도대체 어떤 괴물이 테라모프를 먹는 걸까?
Well, 8. They went extinct a few decades back. A big lumbering thing called an Aceles. Something I'd love to learn more about, if we had the people to look into it.
그것에 도움이 될 수 있을 것 같다. 연구팀을 찾았다.
That'd be something, wouldn't? I'm sorry, are you? You're serious? You found our research team? That's incredible. That accelerates everything. With them back, it'll let us... Wait. Kaiser. Did you find Kaiser?
다음은 그를 찾아간다. 하지만 보안 프로토콜을 뚫기 위해서 협력이 필요하다는 말을 들었다.
That's right. You would need that. Whoever gave you these leads sure knew their stuff. Well, how? How exactly did you manage to find them?
도움을 받았지만 그 얘기는 여기까지만 하자.
You can't be... Oh, you are serious. Okay. No more questions. But still, getting Kaiser back, that gives us more than a few new paths forward on dealing with the Terramorphs. But if he's been out there on his own all this time, you're gonna need something. Come on. We've already made a lot of progress getting this place back online. Some of the containment chambers were a bit on the unpleasant side, but the facility staff made short work of that.
사람 이름을 못 외우겠네. 너무 많이 나와서 등장인물들이 많다 보니까 누가 누군지.
I know it's here somewhere. Here, Kaiser schematics. Actuators, weapons, batteries. That old robot's been MIA for a while, so chances are he's gonna need some repairs. He's also got a lock on his voice controls. You can give yourself authorization with the phrase Nos belli machinis. Now, where exactly is the old machine?
잠깐, 이걸 고치라고 혼자서?
Oh, it's really not that daunting. So long as he's on a planet with some modicum of civilization, you should be able to cobble together most of what he might need. He is on a planet like that. Right?
자유항성동맹의 영역이다. 리라라는 행성에서 전장을 헤매고 있다.
A battlefield. On Nira? Ugh, sheesh. No wonder no one's found him. That sector of Nera was destination #1 for xenoweapons during the war. Add to that general environmental devastation and the kind of lawlessness that comes with any Freestar world, and that planet's got more than enough ways to make a visit your last. But I think there's a place where you can start your search. Yep. One-of-a-kind salvage. Licensed to an Angelo Alonso. Goes by Gel. As good a place to start as any.
왜 카이저가 테라모프 대응이 있어서 그렇게 중요한가?
Kaiser lets us do field work with a level of precision that there's really no other way to accomplish. More than a few of the options we're looking into. Detectors to uncover the Terramorph transmission method, or crafting a targeted biological agent. They require highly specific materials to test against. And asking a group of Marines to accompany us for that kind of work, well, it usually ended up with ruined samples and wounded teammates.
알았다. 니라로 가겠어. 이걸 할까? 아니, 그냥 가.
And I'll make sure we're ready to put them to use as soon as you've got them.
니라에서 카이저 찾기. 그 전에 킬 포인트를 좀 무게를 좀 늘리자. 최대 소재 무게 50kg 증가. 자, 다음 진행. 나라에서 카이저 찾기. 화성이구만.
Fire up your hand scanner.
This is the result of humankind laying waste to a planet in the name of war.
여기 가는 거 맞아?
The ecosystem here has been totally destroyed.
부숴야 되나? 부수면서 가야 되나? 이렇게? 여기 있다. 여기 맞아? 바로 간다고 이렇게? 밑에 뭐가 있는데? 어휴, 이상한 그 벌레다. 에어락. 열리네? 가면 안 되는 건가? 열기. 이 안에 있는 거 맞지? 원 오브 어 카인드 리커버리. 어이? 아저씨? 여기 좀 보세요.
Hey! New model on the floor. Welcome to the one-of-a-kind. Refuge and rest home for the hardest scrappers anywhere. Name's Jill. Proprietor.
그래서 여기서 고물상들과 무슨 일을 하고 있는 거지, 젤?
Turn mechs into money mostly. Plus selling equipment, information, and supplies to any short-term scrappers that want to take a shot at striking it rich out in the fields.
그럼 아까 그 터렛 괜히 부쉈네? 안 부숴도 될 뻔했는데? 로봇 수리를 부탁하러 왔다. 일명 카이저다.
Not here to make your fortune out in the fields then, huh? Suit yourself. But there's no bot named Kaiser around. Oh, unless you mean Captain Ahab? At least that's what we've all been calling him. No clue what his actual designation is, since he's got some sort of security protocol that prevents inquiries and general chit-chat. But he's a combat bot, right? Yeah.
That machine's been out there a while now, hunting this one siren, his white whale. But it's been a while since anyone's laid eyes on Captain Ahab, though. Maybe he finally got the thing. Or it got him.
흰고래 이거 그건가? 뭐야 그 모비딕?
Moby Dick?
아 맞네.
Short story about one Captain Ahab chasing some big fish that's bound to get him killed? No? We all thought the name was a good fit since our bot friend was so damn busy chasing that siren of his. Quality slate too. Think I got a copy for sale if you want to give it a look.
자, 그 사람일지도 모른다. 내가 찾고 있는 것은 식민지연 납치의 워페어 팀에서 일하던 로봇이다.
That's where I recognize that insignia. Red Devils. Yeah, Ahab's definitely your bot. So, sounds like you've got two options. You can wander around out there, hunting your bot, little old white whale of your very own. Maybe you find him. Maybe you get yourself killed. But knowing this rock is part of what we do here. So if you want to find him a whole lot faster, I'll sell you what I know about this. Kaiser's location. Going rate's a little steep, but I'm willing to negotiate.
얼마 안 되네? 1000. 자, 그의 곳을 말해줘.
Pleasure doing business with you. So, last anyone heard of him, he was out near the Syracuse. Shipwreck about a quarter click down the main strip. One of my roughnecks said he heard some kind of beacon. Just keep your ears open. You should find your machine. Eyes open too. Sirens and ecliptic out there, and neither takes prisoners. Oh, and corpse retrieval is not included in this transaction, so now you know. Give Ahab a Kaiser our best.
시러큐스에 가다. 저 끝에 있는 건가? 그러면은 저 끝으로 가야 되는 것 같은데. 쭉, 쭉, 쭉. 저 괴물은 뭐지? 세이레인? 쭉, 쭉, 쭉. UC 시러큐스. 오, 이게 그 매크라고 하는 그 전투용 로보트. 그리고 요게 뚜루룽 뚜루룽. 이게 그거야? 뭐가 매달려 있는데? 빠른 세상. 왜 이렇게 로딩이 점점 느려지지? 또 있나? 또 있네? 안 보여서. 아, 뭐였더라? 노스밸리 마키니스.
Voice controls unlocked. Attempting to resume. Attempting to error. Power level insufficient. Battery required. Type microcell. Inquire at salvage yard.
마이크로셀을 찾아라. 이 안에 있겠지? 아닌가? 저쪽에 있나? 오. 맞나? 위치는 되게 맞는데? 이렇게 조준을 해도 안 뜨네? 어이씨, 이거 누가 봐도 바퀴벌레 느낌인데? 구조뼈.
Oh, I hope we find a use for that before it spoils.
오, 뭐야. 방사성 액체라고? 여기 가서 그 젤이란 친구한테 고쳐달라고 그래야 되나? 그리고 아까 나한테 쏘는 것 같았는데? 우두두두두 쏜 것 같았는데? 그가 여기 아닌가? 젤? 마이크로셀이 필요하다고 하나요?
Ah, so that's where your machine's been. Ran out of juice. Heat leeches, wasn't it? Those little stowaways are everywhere on this rock. Suck the power out of a pen light if you let them. But a microcell, that's military-grade tech. I think we might have one, but I can promise you, it's not going to be cheap. You could probably Frankenstein one together using our fabrication system here, but only if you had some quality schematics. So, I just brace for a little sticker shock.
마이크로셀 제조에 대한 젤과 대하기. 설비가 있다고 했지?
Wouldn't have lasted real long here, doing what we do without a top-notch fabrication system. So long as you've got the specs, it should be able to handle making you a microcell. But finding materials up to the task, you're likely going to be sifting through quite a few mech hulks out there to find what you need. Though, if you think you can actually manage something like that, I'm willing to make you a deal. I'll point you towards the juiciest harvest sites. Spots where you should be able to find quality parts. But in return, any excess materials you collect, you sell to me, all right? Save us from risking our necks on another run out there. What do you say?
거래가 성사됐군.
Then let me just mark those collection points. Watch yourself out there.
마이크로셀의 도체 배열을 얻는다. 그냥 살 수도 있네? 일단 밖에 나가서 이런 것들을 다 구해서 오거나 얘한테 사거나. 그런데 이걸 왠지 해야 될 것 같은데? 옵션을? 그래야지 내가 나중에 만들 수 있을 것 같은데? 가까운 곳이 여기 94m 있는데? 쉿. 일단 요거 55, 90, 190. 그 다음에 88m. 여기 있구만. 반대쪽이구나. 여긴가? 여긴가? 요건가? 요거구나. (81m) 오유 깜짝아. 아까 왔던 데 아니야?
Ecliptic must be getting desperate if they've resorted to certain piles of scrap for mech parts.
아까 왔던 데가 아니구나. 딴 데네.
I'm glad you're handling the messy work.
2차. (169) 아직 조금 남았고. 다 됐나? 또 안에 있네? 저건 뭐지? 마이크로셀 도체 배열. 오, 점프 했는데. 아이, 뭔가 있어, 이씨. 뭐야, 안 보여. 파란색 저건가? 맞구만. 왜 이렇게 안 맞니? 와, 와, 진짜 많다.
Looks like we're in the clear.
이놈들이 건방지게 또 있었는데 한 마리? 안 보이네? 요 밑에 있나? 여기 있다. 어? 이거 아니야? 어? 아직 다 안 된 건가? 안 됐네? 요거는 조금 노가다를 뛰어야 되나? 몇 군데 뒤져봐야 되는구나. 여기? 모래내 계곡. 왜이래? 누구랑 싸우는 거야? 요거구나. 됐다. 마이크로셀을 조립을 해라. 굳이 로비에 가서 직접 조립을 하면 된다. 여기 근데 조립하려고 하니까 스킬이 모자랍니다. 이러면 안 되는데. 전투 중이야? 숨어 그럼. 아, 난리가 났네. 됐나? 아직도 아니야? 말 좀 걸어볼까? 말 걸고.
Don't forget, what can I do for you?
됐고, 이제 이러면 이제 끊기나? 좀 더 풀렸나? 됐다. 자, 처음으로 이제 와봤는데, 마이크로 셀을 만들면 된다는 건데, 제작. 만들었다. 된 건가? 카이저에게 마이크로 셀을 전달해라. 빨리 가자. 여기.
Battery accepted. Operational power levels restored. Analyzing. Residual damage detected. Impact shielding. Visual systems. Damage within acceptable limits. Thank you for your aid. I must resume my mission. Please step aside.
새로운 임무가 우선이다. 하이드리안 사논 수령이 돌아왔으면 좋겠다고 했다.
Major Sanon will have to wait. I cannot leave my mission. Although previous attempts to disarm the weapon have been unsuccessful, additional support may allow me to complete my active mission more quickly, allowing me to leave this place.
어떤 임무인데?
My mission is the disarmament of Unit XW-99. Designation Siren. Nearest final active Xeno weapon, 99 has proven a far more formidable adversary than its peers. Will you aid me with disarmament?
I'm sorry. You're chasing a real, living Xeno weapon. Weren't they all wiped out?
They will be. Unit 99 has proven a capable adversary. External support, however, seems the most likely path to disarming it.
근데 왜 이 한 마리를 죽이는 것에 집착하는 거지?
During the Colony War, handling of Unit 99 and its peers were among my personal duties. Deploy Unit 99. Defend Unit 99 against hostile forces. But above all, ensure Unit 99 was never used against non-combatants. When I was separated from the Xeno warfare team with the Armistice, Unit 99 and its broodmates remained here, causing many non-combatant deaths. So I am here to correct my mistake. I have nearly succeeded in disarming their brood. Only Unit 99 remains.
제너 무기를 무력화시킨다. 어떻게?
Correct. Unit 99 is a siren, a deadly biological specimen deployed to Nera during the Colony War. Engineered for combat efficiency, execution of said specimens is the standard method of Xeno weapon disarmament.
죽이는 것이 표준적인 무력화 수단? 다른 수단이 있다는 뜻인가?
Technically, yes. All Xeno weapons have a control interface, which allows them to be given orders if Unit 99 were to be subdued. I could wipe its interface. This would prevent Unit 99 from ever being used as a weapon again. That would be technically sufficient for the parameters of my mission. However, it is my personal assessment that Nero would be better off with Unit 99 terminated.
이 유닛 99에 대해서 이야기할 수 있는 게 있나?
Species designation Secusa lantanus. Top speed 78 kilometers per hour. Confirmed kills 107.
좋아, 나가자.
Follow me.
전쟁의 유물 카이저를 따라서 미션 지역으로 이동해라. 빠른 저장을 좀 하고 리로드. 뒤쪽에 저기 있는 것 같은데. 앞에서 몸빵이 있으니까 저기 있다며. 저기 없는데? 너무 조용한데? 아우, 이런 데를 잘 못 올라가. 왜? 계속 이동만 하는군. 전투는 없군. 천사요새.
I am detecting Unit 99, but there is a complication. Unit 99 is on the other side of that ridge, but it appears to be under the control of hostile forces. Sensors suggest Ecliptic, a mercenary company like Ecliptic, would only want Unit 99 to utilize it as a weapon. This means Unit 99 must be disarmed immediately. Standard procedure would be a frontal assault on the outpost. No quarter given. Do you concur?
이클립스는 어떻게 유닛 99를 무기로 삼을 수 있을까?
If these mercenaries were able to decipher a method to access Unit 99's control interface, it would allow them to deploy the weapon. This must be prevented at all costs.
일단 청소하자. 그래. 죽이지 않고 무력화 있다위는 필요 없을 것 같고.
I'm in total agreement. A frontal assault sounds like it's in order.
Moving out.
I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan.
이클립스? 아, 이클립스가 아니고 그 무기를 내 거를 만들면 더 좋을 것 같기도 한데, 그러면 또 많이 일이 복잡해질 것 같으니까 일단 싹 쓰는 걸로. 이 회차 플레이 때는 반대로 가면 되겠지만 지금은 그냥 샥. 이게 유닛 99야? 별거 아닌데? 여기까지 날아오니? 몸빵 잘하는데? 다섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열, 열하나. 오, 어디까지 뛰어올라? 도망가는 거야? 어우, 여기 못 가니. 모르니까 안 보이지? 끝. 얘는 그럼 뭐야? 기계하고 카메라를 다뤘구나. 여기다가 카메라단 생체 무기 그런 느낌이네요. 임마. 오이, 잘 피해. 소탕 끝. 발화 레스큐 X 카드키 만병통치약 카드키가 있으니까 여기 들어가 보고. 뭐 없네? 카드키가 있는 건 뭐 다른 데 들어갈 수 있는 데가 있다는 건데? 대박.
Our work here is finished. Now, what is this mission you spoke of? Major Sanan is involved.
테러모프의 공격으로 인한 재앙을 막기 위해 하이드리아가 내가 함께 노력하고 있지.
A plague of terramorph attacks. That is disconcerting. You are docked at one of a kind. I will meet you there.
레드 데블스 본부로 돌아가기. 레드 데블스 붉은 악마잖아. 오피스는 코리아잖아. 아 보고 빠른 이동이 또 안 될 수 있으니까.
My God. I still can't believe you can do that.
여기 가는 게 아니야? 여기가 아니었어? 뭐야, 그냥 비행기 타고 올라가는 거였어? 화물칸에 넣을 만한 게 405, 495 자원 443 일단 이렇게 놓고 전쟁의 유물 레드 데블스 본부로 돌아가기.
I can't believe it.
Major Sanan, Dr. Walker.
You're in better shape than I expected, Kaiser. Shouldn't take us long to get you back up to full fighting capacity.
This is good to hear. I was told there was a new threat on the horizon. I wish to learn more.
Percival will give you the full story.
Plus, get you dressed for the occasion.
Occasion? Where are we going?
Londinian.
Londinian. Doctor, I will require additional armaments.
That's the plan. Come on.
Captain, you're with me. Time to walk you through what we came up with. So the problem we're up against is vast. Terramorphs, they can live anywhere. Meaning ourselves isn't an option. But what if we could let something else do the work for us? Come on. I'll walk you through what we're thinking. You remember that creature we talked about before you went to Nira? The thing that eats terramorphs, the Asyles?
기억해.
Apparently, they were bloodhounds for terramorphs. But when the UC ran low on synthetic foods during the Colony War, the Asyles were chosen to fill in the gaps. We thought they were harvested to extinction. But in the data, the research team found the location of a few remaining specimens. As you can see, what we're proposing is bringing them back. We'd breed populations of them, distribute them to human worlds, and then let nature take its course, using a method that thousands of years of adaptation have already perfected. We could speed up their breeding process using some of the same technologies that were used to create me. We even think that with some time and investigation, we could use the Asyles' hunting skills to track down the terramorph transmission method at long last. Find out how humanity spread them and put an end to the terramorph problem definitively.
위험하지 않나?
If you pick a fight with one, or you're a terramorph, sure. But Asyles were already spread across the galaxy once before during the Colony War, as livestock. They're far less of a danger than the one we're proposing to clean up.
실제로 사용할 수 있을 것 같구나.
I really think it could. Now, there is another option for removing the terramorphs from our worlds. It's faster, maybe even more efficient, but riskier. A microbe. Something we could aerosolize, let spread, and have it clean up anything with terramorph DNA for us, which would include morphs, and we expect their transmission method. It'd still take time to build, test, and distribute, but no other method could hold a candle to it when it comes to sheer efficiency. Not even the Asyles.
근데 그 세균은 어떤 위험이 있나?
Percival assures me that they're minimal. He'll be able to encode safeguards against mutation in the agent's genetics, so that they stick to the task of cleaning up terramorphs. But the microscopic world has a tendency to behave in ways you can't always predict. So to say there's zero risk would be a lie.
미생물하고 아세스를 다 뿌리면?
Well, that's still not 100%. But it sounds like the Vanguard will actually be picking up a fair bit of it. But there's no sense in hammering down those sorts of details before we've made a decision on which route we're taking.
불장난처럼 들리는데 이게 나은 것 같은데? 검증된 것? 시간은 걸리지만.
Inclined that way myself. With either path, though, we're looking at a long-term commitment. Years of work. Even just getting these plans off the ground is going to take time. And all routes are going to require some highly specific materials to make things work. Terramorph cell lines we can breed quickly and consistently to test on. Asyles gene samples we can use to rebuild their bloodlines. Or sharpen our microbes' tracking skills. Not the sort of things any labs just got lying around. But we think we found a lead. One place in the known galaxy where we know we should be able to find all the materials we need. All paths lead to Londinion.
론디니온에 아셀레스가 서식하고 있었을까?
It was the central hub for Asyles processing during the Colony War. But, and this part's exciting, the terramorph data suggests Asyles were first found there. The planet it's on, Toliman II, was their homeworld. Meaning, there's a very good chance their prey, the terramorphs, came from that same world. Which would also explain why no one ever suspected that planet as the terramorph source world. The Asyles were too damn effective at cleaning them up. Additionally, it explains why once the Asyles were gone, the outbreak there was so catastrophic. Londinion could very well be where the terramorph saga began. And the key to its end.
그렇다면 더 이상은 시간을 낭비할 필요가 없지.
Exactly what I was hoping to hear. Now, the UC has a small operating base on Londinian's outskirts. We're cleared for access, but we'll need to check in with the base commander, Sarah Hatoum, when we touch down. I'm gonna help Percival and Kaiser prep, but once that's done, we'll rendezvous with you there. But you need to know, Londinian, it belongs to the Terramorphs. They'll have anti-Xeno gear for us at the base, but I'd make sure you've got your favorite arms on hand.
아재 매드 선장을 찾아가서 새로운 장비를 구입해라. 좋은 장비가 있다고? 근데 선장이 장비를 팔아?
This is quite an impressive research facility. When it comes to the study of the Terramorph, the Red Devils are sparing no expense.
Goddamn planet. You romanticize a place when you're away from it for long enough, but I forgot what a dust-crusted pit Mars can be. Now you, what do you need?
비품을 찾고 있었다.
You project personnel? Supplies are for project personnel only.
벵가디의 선장이다.
Oh, that's you then. I was informed we might be working together. Don't much care for Vanguard. It sounds like you two really got into the thick of it back in New Atlantis. My sister's kids live in the city, so thank you for what you did there.
가족들이 무사했으면 좋겠군.
Yeah, they both came through okay. One science division, others an artist. Effectively useless human beings that would have had no reason to be anywhere near the fighting. Still, would hate to see anything happen to them. Now, what was it you needed?
어떤 물건을 취급하고 있나?
Everything up to spec.
구매하기, 무기. 뱀파이어의 선물은 또 뭐야? 인간형 저거 처치하면 추가 회복팩을 떨어뜨릴 수 있다. 라이플, 희귀. 챙겨볼까? 무모한 폭격, 중화기. 근데 비싸네 꽤. 여기 있는 무기들 다 센데? 팔다리를 공격하면 다음 공격 데미지가 30% 증가한다. 이렇게 하나만 사고 뭐 굳이 필요할까 싶은데 일단 대충 하나 샀고. 야, 론디니온으로 향하다. 잠깐만 이게 아니고 158 무기가 아직 좀 여유가 남았으니까 점프.
Time to move on.
Now, you're not pestering the captain, right, Cora?
This world is off limits.
Pester?
You were advised to jump
You
to
think
safe
I'm a
harbor
pest?
immediately.
Oh, never. Poor choice of words.
여기 허가 있다. 하툼 사령관을 만날 계획이 있다.
Of course.
Let me check my
So
logs.
this book collection fund I heard about?
All right?
Don't
You
you
can proceed.
always say
We'll let
don't
them know
listen
you're on
to
your way down.
rumors?
이게 쓸데없이 중간에 말을 걸어가지고 헷갈리게 만들어. 응? 그 다음에 몇 번을 이렇게 골치 아프게 귀찮게 쓰리. 그냥 바로 가면 얼마나 좋아.
Landing site looks clean. Let's set it down.
So this is Londinian. I've heard the stories, but I've never seen it with my own eyes.
초저온 추워. 아, 혹시 모르니까 장비에서 새로 산 게 어떤 거더라? 뱀파이어, 요거를 인간형 적을 처치했을 때구나. 그냥 가지고만 있자. 뭐 알려오라고? 문 됐다. 어휴, 우주 무기 반짝반짝 하시네.
I pride myself on knowing everyone on this world, and I don't know you. You're with the collection team then, I presume. Either that or you're one deeply unlucky trespasser.
유니씨 뱅가드 선장이다.
Vanguard, eh? Brief said you were an eclectic group. You must have really shined out on the fringe to get assigned a task like this. Ah, then this must be the rest of your outfit. Commander Hatum, no need for introductions, Major Simon. Dr. Walker, your reputations precede you, as does the urgency of your mission, so I'll get to it. Now, Londinium is one of the most dangerous places in the Milky Way. It's with good reason my soldiers and I do everything we can to avoid entering the city. Terramorphs are omnipresent, and the structural damage left behind when Major Sinon's father bombed its spaceport has turned large swathes of the metropolis into a decaying labyrinth. As such, we'll be providing you all with gear, information, and uploading municipal unlock codes to your robot. Every tool you could need to succeed out there. Except one. Once you're on the other side of those barriers, you will be on your own. If you get into trouble, my people will not be coming. Do we understand each other?
베이비테스가 이곳을 폭격했다고 왜?
The initial Terramorph outbreak that overran Londinium during the tail end of the colony war came as a complete shock. Waves of the creatures appeared out of nowhere, and the city was quickly overwhelmed. There were some attempts at evacuation, but Ve Victus decided more definitive action was merited. He ordered the spaceport to be bombed, ensuring no other ships could leave the city, halting the spread of the outbreak but leaving large sections in ruins and condemning countless lives. And the intervening 20 years have only made Londinium more hostile, not less. So my people will not be coming for you out there. Understood?
그럼 중무기를 건네줘.
We'll do our best. I'll leave you to your preparations then. You can find your equipment in our armory, base of the tower just outside. And I do believe there's someone waiting for you there, Captain. Now, once you're outside the base, it's my personal suggestion you make a beeline to the nearby Aceles plant. It contains one of our field caches. Though I can't guarantee it won't contain anything else. I hope you all find what you're looking for out there. Robot, you're coming with me.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Commander. Percival, you all set to hook into their comms tower?
Should only take a few minutes. Let's get this done and get the hell out of here.
Percival will be scanning the city for our samples from here. When he finds one, he'll transmit the coordinates to us out in the field.
언제든 갈 수 있다.
All right. Head over to the armory and gear up. Once you're done, we'll meet by the entrance to the city.
무기고가 밖에 나가서 탑 아래에 있다 그랬는데. 요건가? 여기구만. 개조 하드 타겟. 오. 레전더리야, 레전더리다, 레전더리. 보자. 이거 말고. 센티널 상급 UC 안티 제노용 우주복. 이거도 안티 제노용 팩. 안티 제노용 헬멧. 오. 무기는 베오울프. 신규. 개조 하드 타겟. 190짜리. 총알 5개. 아, 너무 작아. 오, 멋있네. 이런 걸 주는구만. 정크, 니가 좀 들어줘. 어디 갔어? 여기.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan. Bring me anything useful?
로건제도 그거 빨리 이야기해야겠네. 귀찮아가지고. 우주복을 좀 가져가죠. 이거 하고 우주복을 상급 벵가디용 우주복 말고 딴 거를 내가 다 파는 것 같은데? 이렇게 넣고 헬멧 아니네? 안 팔았네? 이렇게만 가지고 있으면 질량이 확 줄었고 124, 135 무기를 방금 주웠던 거 요거 말고 요 개조 하드 타겟은 얘한테. 로건 제독의 사무실은 여기서 되게 멀어. 그리고 여기 또 핵 샷건 쇼티 챙겨 다 챙겨. 일단 빅뱅 샷건 이거 하나 있었는데 빅뱅. 무기 케이스 됐나? 다 챙겼나? 무게 확인해보고 164, 210 옵션 장비 회수하기. 다 된 거 아니야? 또 있나? 아, 말 걸어야 되는구나. 이미 다 했는데?
The Vanguard captain? The cabinet wanted you to have something. Make sure you had the best tools for the task at hand. Now, if you'll excuse me.
중화기를 하나 줬구만 나한테. 어떤 건지 확인해보자. 마이크로건, 중화기, 1500 요거를 두 번째에다가 넣어볼까? 무게 176 어디로? 저쪽으로? 조리 진행하면 되는구만. 일단 빠른 저장 좀 하고 이쪽이야? 맞구나. 가자.
All set on your gear? You ready to do this?
레디.
Then let's get this show on the road.
가자고? 지금은 대화할 수 없다고? 왜? 아, 얘가 와줘야 되나? 해제.
On our way into the city. Percival, where are we heading?
Running the first sweep. Got one. A Sealy's. Not far. Old shipping yard just past the processing plant. Gene samples are probably in one of the containers.
Shit. These things. They're all dominated. Clean them out and keep an eye out for the
안 보여. 오. 된 거야? 너는 적 아니지? 향신료. 이런 거 가져가다가 무게 때문에 너무 쉬운데?
Close enough for you to dial in the location of those samples from here?
Yes, they're faint, but I'm detecting multiple valid signatures.
전문가.
Jackpot. Get down there and collect as many as you can.
많다. 다 챙기고. 디지픽도 많네. 다 챙겨. 일량 모으면은 사라한테 주고. 됐나? 됐고. 그 다음에 어디? 70, 64. 어디로 가나? 에이? 여기는 이쪽으로. 나가야 되는구나. 여기 뭐지? 썼네? 누군가가 썼네? 이게 지금 하나 보였는데? 있다. 알비노 헬라모프. 오, 빼다. 그래도 우리가 더 많아, 사람이. 불쌍한데? 뚝배기 맞고 갔는데? 뭔 소리야 이게? 뒤에서 나왔어. 자, 한번 갈겨볼까? 아저씨 앞에서 갈먹고 계시면 내가 때리지 못해요. 하하하하. 에이, 뒤로 돌아가. 안 되는구나. 너무 방해가 심하잖아. 에이? 헛걸 자꾸 헛소리 듣네? 소용 없잖아, 어차피. 그것 때문에 뭐, 탄환 없어? 순식간이네? 약하면서 35m, 32m, 46m. 이쪽으로? 어이? 뭐야? 아, 이구나. 아이. 보관 용기, 유전자 샘플. 정제 오리온은 뭐지? 이제 없다. 정제 오리온, 총. 필요 없어. 195. 요것도 열 수 있나? 여기 뭐 없네? 3대1이니까 뭐 3명에서 때리니까 죽을 일도 없겠다. 어떻게 들어가지 여기는? 분명히 뭐 내리는 게 있을 것 같은데? 일단 여기부터 하고 저거를 내려야 되니까 뭔가 스위치가 있을 텐데. 아, 여기 안에 있겠다. 어? 입구, 그치. 뭔가 응? 없네? 어이? 어떻게 어려 이거를? 아닌데? 요거를 어떻게 여니? 제노 오페어 기술. 요것도 그건데? 가치가 되게 높은데? 아휴. 자, 이거 어떻게 올라가나? 아유. 날라서 점프하는 방식으로 갈 수 있나? 열 수 있나, 그렇게? 어이씨. 아이, 참. 떨어지면서 열어야 되나? 아, 왜 귀찮게 이렇게 만들어놨어? 열었다. 참나. 아, 그냥 여기서 이렇게 열면 되는구나. 괜히 어렵게 했네. 무게 203. 넘겼다. 넘겼으면은 무게.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral. I'd be happy to carry a few things for you.
꺼졌네 얘도. 그럼 뭘 버려야겠는데?
Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far.
뭘 버리나? 질량으로 제일 많이 나가고 똑같은 거 2개네? 얘 버려. 빅뱅 181, 42, 총알수 6개 버려. 180, 그래도 185네? 안 쓴다. 근데 사파로 탄환. 탄약. 겹치는 거 두 개 겹치네. 똑같은데 스코프가 큰 게 붙었네. 비싼 개슬이. 요거 버려. 177 버려. 이렇게 하면은 됐고, 다음 위치 말 걸라고. 말 걸자.
Nice work. Now, earlier scan picked up a valid terramorph sample, but, well, it's in the spaceport. And the quick route there looks like it got blasted when the port did.
There are steam tunnels under the city, which will allow us to access the spaceport.
What do you... That's right. Kaiser, how did you know that?
I'm not sure.
Percival, you see any better option?
Not from where I'm standing.
We've got our answer.
Access unlocked. We may proceed.
다음 샘플 위치 확인. 증기 터널로 향하다. 저쪽으로 가야 되나? 무기가, 중화기가 얘가 벨리어스. 그러니까 산탄 중에서 아까 산탄 요거 181. 더 나은 게 있나? 항상 보고. 아니네. 여기 제일 세고 현재로서는 태평양 421, 126, 181, 29. 명중률이 많이 떨어지네, 얘는. 104. 자, 얘로 가자. 얘를 두 번째로. 그리고 세 번째 무기를 샷건 말고 권총 9발 6발 얘로 얘를 세 번째로. 이쪽이구만.
Kaiser, this flora, this is Lazarus plant, isn't it?
Confirmed.
You know, no one even realized it was a living thing until someone got it under a microscope and saw it had cells. Can't be cultivated anywhere but Londinian. Real marvel.
총으로.
All these leeches. What's keeping you things warm?
뭐하니? 니들 뭐하니? 니들? 도망가네? 조그만한 짜잘한 것들만 있고 공격을 성공이 아니었네?
Look at it. A Lazarus in bloom. You know, we might be some of the only. What's What's happening? Captain, are you seeing this?
이 라자루스라는 데서 나오는 거야 이게? 괴물이?
Oh my god. The heat leeches are terramorphs.
뭔 소리야?
No, it can't be true. Heat leeches are everywhere. They live everywhere. That means terramorphs. Oh my god.
You just saw that, right? You would tell me if I was losing my mind. That heat leech became a terramorph. The pests that have snuck onto every planet are baby terramorphs. Heat leeches hide out in ships, sneak away after landing, and then, with time, they transform. We just found out how terramorphs move between planets.
아까 것은 저 히트리치란 무엇인가?
What are heat leeches? They're one of the most successful pests in the known universe. Tough as titanium, they sneak onto planets by hiding in ship engines, build nests on anything that puts out warmth, animate or otherwise, and make more leeches. But I guess what they're actually doing with all that energy they've been siphoning is fueling one hell of a transformation. Which explains how something as big as a terramorph has been spreading between worlds with no one noticing. Until now.
꽤 큰 발견이구만. 근데 아까 것은 모든 테라모프가 다 저렇게 태어나는 건 아니겠지?
No, Lazarus plants can't grow anywhere but here, let alone blossom. People have tried. Plus, if what we just witnessed was happening anywhere else, well, it wouldn't just be Londinian lost to these things. What we just saw, it must be some kind of alternate growth method. One that winnows 70 years of maturation into seconds. It's incredible.
자연의 존재가 저런 짓을 할 수는 없을 텐데.
I am sincerely inclined to agree, but
그래?
current evidence suggests nature manages
자연적인
just
거라고?
fine. The Lazarus plant. It's clearly an accelerant for the terramorph, a heat leech transformation process. Make one into the other in an instant. But that means if anyone knew about this, they could trigger a terramorph spawning. You could sneak a leech into a city, or even multiple leeches, into a place like New Atlantis. Good God. The attack on New Atlantis, does this... Could someone have set that up?
가능성이 있지. 아까 일을 생각하면 확실히 그럴지도 모르겠다.
But first, you'd have to know the truth about all this.
Well, we're never gonna know if you don't catch that thing. Get after it.
We may proceed.
Go.
어쨌든 그럼 요것들은 다 잡아야 된다는 거구만. 요 해충들을 다 잡아야 돼. 뭐 다른 거 먹을 게 없나? 그러면은 저쪽으로 넘어가서 뭐야 어디로 가라고? 가는 길이 또 있나? 어이씨 도망 너무 잘 간다. 일리 가는 거 맞나? 오 빨라. 아니 해충을 잡아야 된다며 왜 안 잡고 있니 이들은? 아니 그냥 때려. 그냥 때려 그냥. 이것들도 다 부숴야 되는 거 아니야? 그럼 이 라자루스인지 뭔지 아는 이거? 근데 이거 이쪽 가는 거 맞나? 아닌 것 같은데? 이렇게 들어왔던데 아까 이렇게. 이렇게 와서 이쪽 와서 뭐야? 아 여기 길이 여기 있었구나. 밤바라 밤밤밤 잠깐만 밤바라 밤밤밤 띄우고 로직 샘플 아 또 이거야? 무게 또 딸려? 이거 뭐야 비싸이는? 가치가 18,000원이야. 장식용 재료 4개 어려 178, 176 아 이거 안 쓰는 거 지뢰 버려 176 꽉 찼네. 그래도 꽉 찼네. 회복해서 질량으로 바꾸고 먹어. (73) 됐어. 일단 가. 아, 뭐 뽕 맞았나? 카이저에게 샘플 전달. 카이저.
Beginning analysis. It is a match. This suggests with high certainty that the Lazarus plant was used to trigger the attacks on both planets.
There's no way a plant this rare, this fragile, just shows up here, New Atlantis, and Tau Ceti. The transformations on those worlds, they must have been triggered by human hands. Captain, do you understand what it is we just stumbled on here?
뉴 아틀란티스 공기 방아제로 라자로스 공장이 사용된 것 같다.
Exactly. Someone saw the Lazarus plant in action and used it to trigger the attacks. A bioweapon no one would recognize as one. Oh, that's a terrifying prospect. Sort of thing that'll keep you up at night. And the sort of thing whoever did this probably didn't expect us to uncover. Makes some sense, actually. Tau Ceti was likely their first test. Someplace remote where no one would question a few settlers going missing. Ensure the big show, the attack on New Atlantis, would be a success. And the timing of that one, it couldn't have been just luck that it happened right when we were asking the cabinet to do something about the terramorphs. These attacks, I think someone planned them to set all this in motion.
누굴까? 하지만 이 식물은 이곳이 아니면 자랄 수 없지 않나?
It can't. At least, I didn't think it could. But maybe if we're right about this, someone found a way.
텔라모퍼와 나타난 타이밍이 수상하다고 생각했다.
They certainly were. But having this answer, well, it raises a couple big questions. Who could pull something like this off? And why?
발룬 가문이다. 믿어줘. 발룬 같기도 하고. 애매한데? 누군가가 식민지연합의 누군가가 라자루스 공장을 사용하려고 하는지도 있어. 근데 생각은 있지만 증거 없이 비난을 퍼붓는 것은 무책임한 일이다. 난 지금 무슨 뜻인지 누군지 잘 모르겠는데.
Let's save the discussion for when you all aren't standing in the universe's closest equivalent to hell frozen over. If we're gonna do anything to prevent more terramorph attacks, human cause or otherwise, we need that final sample.
Roger that. Kaiser? get us into the spaceport?
The entrance is this way.
카이저를 따라가라.
I am unable to provide sufficient power to the lock mechanism.
Anyone got ideas where we could get some extra juice?
Local power looks like it was controlled in the security office. Upper floor.
Captain and I can scout it out. Kaiser, see if you can't find another way to get it open.
Roger that. I have restored power to the office entrance. You may proceed.
자, 우주항 액세스 해치의 전원을 복구한다. 뭐야, 왜 못 가? 탈구? 뭔 탈구?
There's the control panel. Still looks operable. Of all the things to survive.
Reactivated. Error. Control system reboot required.
And we do that.
뭐가 나올 것 같은데?
Ah, Captain. I think I see it.
Reboot engaged. Running diagnostic. Diagnostic complete. Multiple systems unavailable. Warning. Priority safety concern detected. Exterior hatch power restored.
Back in business.
Warning. Emergency recorder message detected. Transcription process engaged. Playback initiated.
Admiral Sir, we need to make the evacuation request.
That's my father he's addressing. He was here? Didn't think he'd have the guts to look those soldiers in the eye before blowing this place to pieces.
Admiral!
It just transformed. An invisible weapon. No planet will be safe. Colonel, the troops that closed off the sewers after my evaluation, they're all in this facility.
Other than our casualties, yes, sir.
Good. Get them into defensive positions around the spaceport. No one leaves. I'll send ships as soon as possible.
Thank God. None of us wanted to go down swarmed by those things.
That won't be your fate, Colonel. You have my word.
Transcription complete. Physical copy available.
An invisible weapon. He knew about the Lazarus plant. Grab that recording. We should talk.
기록 회수.
Hey, Victus. He destroyed this place. Killed these people to keep what he knew about the Lazarus plant and the Terramorphs and all this a secret. Didn't he?
그런 듯하네. 그런데 폭격을 명령한 이유는 여러 가지가 있을 수 있다. 텔레모프의 대발상이라든가.
You heard that recording. He saw the potential of the plant as a weapon.
네, 아무래도 그런 것 같아.
He killed those people. Condemned this city to keep them from sharing what they might have seen. He was
무자비한 살인자였다. 그놈이 아직도 살아있다는 거지. 그놈을 처치해야 되겠구만. 그놈이 모든 이 상황의 흑막인가 보네.
Yes. Exactly what we all thought he was. But I guess that's just another part of his sick legacy now. He thought he was protecting us all, taking the secret to his grave. Only he didn't succeed. Now someone else knows about the Lazarus plant and is using it exactly how he feared.
거짓말 하지 말자. 아버지가 있어. 살아있어. 유씨의 수감자로.
Now's not the time to joke like that, alright?
진짜다.
No. That's insane. He died. They executed him. They faked his death? My entire unit, they threw us all to the wolves, but kept him? And now he's what? An advisor? Commanding the fleet in secret? What was so important that they had to keep him alive?
내가 그를 사용해서 식민지 전쟁의 범죄자를 수색하고 있어.
Well, they certainly picked an expert, didn't they?
He's alive. They Victus is still alive. I don't care if they're using him to solve world hunger. The man is a criminal. How could the UC do something so foolish?
I guess it makes sense, though, doesn't it? The UC of that era only created me because they were afraid of a world without Victus in command. Why would they get rid of him? As long as I live, I'll never understand the loyalty that old bastard elicited. But wait, if my father's alive and knew about the Lazarus plant, what do you think the chances are he was involved in the attacks?
단서는 그것뿐이야. 근데 그것은 그는 엄격하게 관리되고 있긴 한데 토론할 만한 가치가 있는 생각이다. 테레모프에 둘러싸여 있지 않을 때.
Good point. Deal with one monster at a time. Let's go get that final sample.
카이저로 돌아가기. 카이저에게 돌아가기지. 카이저로가 아니고. 자, 마지막 샘플하고 전투가 있어야겠지? 1200발이나 있어. 꾸액 하고 나올 것 같은데? 꾸액 하고. 딱 레이드 할 그 장소가 딱 있는 것 같은데 지금. 그치. 보내 올려. 앞을 가로막지 마세요. 점프. 한 번 더. 몹이 또 있구나. 돌연변이가 계속 나오네 옆에서. 얼마 안 남았어 그래도. 안테나 전원을 내립니다. 옵션 하자. 안 해도 될 것 같은데. 안 해도 될 것 같긴 한데 그래도 나왔으니까 해야지. 그리고 아오 공룡 같은 게 나와. 뭐 다 잡았어? 잡았네? 굳이 안 해도 될 뻔했는데 얘들은 적대적이지 않네? 샘플.
Now just stash that sample with Kaiser and we're done.
이것들이 그냥은 적대적이지 않구나. 됐고, 그러면은 카이저하고 이야기?
All wrapped up. Time to get the hell out of here. Percival, you should unplug and find somewhere we can talk. Privately.
On it. See you soon.
전진기지로 돌아가기. 빠른 이동할 수 있나? 할 수 있다. 예. 나 나가기?
I never tire of visiting worlds like this.
어이? 이렇게 가야 돼? 헐? 그 꼭대기로 어떻게 올라가지? 그치. 그렇게라도 올라가. 여기 있구나. 어머나 어머나.
Got pretty frantic on the comms towards the end there, but it sounded like this was a success. Got everything we need to put this plan in motion.
다 모였다. 카이저가 모든 샘플을 보관하고 있다.
Best place for them. Now, my connection might have gotten a bit fuzzy there, but do I have it right that Bay Victus knew about this damn plan?
That's what it sounded like.
Guess the old Admiral must have told someone what he learned. Even he's not clever enough to pull off an attack like that from the great beyond.
It's a bit more complicated than that.
어떤 것을 알게 됐지만 더 이상 말할 수 없다. 약속했으니까.
Captain, he needs to know.
그래?
Bay Victus is alive, which means he could have been involved in the attacks.
Alive? He's... Bay Victus? That can't be true, right?
Unfortunately for us all, yes, it's true.
So that means we have a suspect.
I believe that's exactly what that means. Look, Captain, Percival and I, we need to get these samples back to the lab. Ensure we'll be able to handle cleaning up the leeches as well as the terramorphs. But Bay Victus is the only solid lead we've got on the attacks. Since you're the only one who knows where he is, can you speak to him? See if you can get him to cough up anything he might know.
나랑 같이 가서 얘기해볼래?
Captain, I truly don't. He's already shown he's taken an interest in you. I'll be a lot more useful in the lab right now than I would be grilling Francois. So do you think you could do it? Please?
알았어.
Good. We'll all meet back at Mast, outside the cabinet chambers. They're gonna want to know everything we've uncovered here. Best of luck, Captain. And thank you for dealing with him.
Best of luck on your fact-finding mission.
베이 빅티스와 대화. 만들어진 유산.
While we're here, it wouldn't hurt if we checked in at the lodge.
또 얘기야? 무게가 꽉 찼나 보다. 그래, 안 그런데? 아, 뛰는 거였지? 참, 지금.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner rather than later. Another day, another credit.
문이 열려 있다. 어이, 아저씨.
Well, what a pleasant surprise. When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all places, I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for?
괜찮은 걸 찾았어. 저 썩소 봐, 썩소.
Good news then. So, what exactly are you doing here? Plenty still to be done in defeating the Terramorphs, no?
녹취록을 찾았다. 당신이 텔러모프를 무기로 사용한 이야기를 하는 녹취록이 발견되었어.
Did you? Well, I don't know what you think you heard on this recording, but I sincerely hope you didn't come to the wrong conclusions. After all, given the Cabinet's current state of anxiety, they might misinterpret such a discovery to mean I could have been involved with the attacks. Perhaps I can convince you to keep this among us.
그게 되냐? 미안하지만 알아낸 것은 내가 정확히 보고하겠다. 자백하려면 지금이야.
You know you're far more clever than I expected. You want to hear the words then? I did it. The Terramorph attacks on Tau Ceti, New Atlantis, my doing. Years of coordination between my associate and I, figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian, learning to synthesize it, use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing.
동료? 누가 손을 잡았나?
All in due time. First, I want to see if you're truly as astute as you appear. So why would someone like me
수수께끼냐?
go through all this trouble?
위험성을 알리기 위해서라고? 그게 좋은 놈이야? 찍어볼까? 아니야? 또라이였어 그냥?
The attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport, fixing two problems at once. Halting the spread of the city's Terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential.
UC 사람들도 믿지 않았나? 내가 그 정보를 전달했어야 했어. 사용되지 않도록 보호하도록. 이런 식으로? 이런 식으로?
But the Freestar Collective had spies everywhere. In that moment, I wasn't about to add another dangerous variable to an already catastrophic war. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, I'd given everything for the colonies. My life as I knew it included. And what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter, she becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser, the research team, and cement my new position of influence when I hand them the name of the person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis. The dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. You.
뭐라고? 아우라스? 어딘가 낯익은 느낌이 든다. 근데 어떻게 모든 것을 조정할 수 있었냐? 이 안에 처박혀가지고?
It wasn't easy. But the beauty of being loathed is that people will do whatever they can not to deal with you. They wanted to pretend I didn't exist. And so I used their blind eye to my advantage. Still, establishing a back channel to Orlays via the UC recovery teams was painstaking work. I've led campaigns less nerve-wracking. They believed they were luring in wanted criminals, but were in fact delivering precisely encoded slates, filled with instructions invisible to any but their recipient, dropped off at just the right moments to fall into the proper hands, all without the UC realizing whom you were actually dealing with. Slow work. But as you can see, ultimately effective.
이런 손바닥 위에서 놀아놨네? 조금 명예를 훼손당했다고 해서 UC의 시민을 죽였다고? 미쳤어.
There are no heroes without a villain. I simply arranged the opportunity for us to overcome one and become the other. And we all benefited. It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure your and Hadrian's success. And look at the results. I know for a fact the Cabinet's planning to honor both you and Hadrian once this is all done. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere for the Vanguard? With only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday.
진짜 당신의 엉덩이를 닦아준 훈장이다.
You're being honored only because I arranged the situations where it could happen. Be grateful. And let's not forget the importance of our actual endgame. Eliminating the Terramorphs. Securing knowledge of the Lazarus plant. What we've set in motion is going to protect thousands, maybe millions of lives. I'm simply requesting one more life be protected. Mine. I've already sent along the evidence of Orlays' role in the attacks to the Cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the Cabinet. Tell them that it was Orlays and Orlays alone. After all, I do still have a long list of threats to the UC. This needn't be the end of our good works together.
야, 참나, 이거 그러네. 죽은 사람 탓으로 돌려, 그냥? 근데 이런 사고방식을 가지고 있다는 건 별로 좋은 사고방식이 아닌데. 이 얘기가 재밌었으면 좋겠군. 내각이 보고하면 아마 당신과의 마지막 대화가 될 것이다. 라지만 내각도 이걸 숨기고 싶어 할 것 같아. 왜냐면 얘가 치부니까. 살아있다는 것 자체가 얘 알려지면은 골치 아파지니까. 그래. 세상은 원래 이따위로 돌아가는 거지. 이따위로 돌아가는 게 세상이죠. 좋아. 모두 아우러스 탓으로 돌리자. 이러면은 동료들이 싫어하겠지? 그리고 나중에 뒤통수 치는 거야. 아, 이런. 또 이렇게 가면 또 한참 가야 되잖아. 자, 이제 여기서 어떻게 보고를 할 것인가가 문제인데, 어디야? 얘들은 다 알고 있잖아, 근데.
Perfect timing. We just got in. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the acyles are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus plant?
이렇게 할까? 거짓말로 갈까? 네, 거짓말로 가자. 항상 첫 번째 걸로 가는 건 재미가 없으니까 이번에는 뻥 치는 걸로.
Orlays? Reginald Orlays? He did this? I didn't think he was still alive. You're sure it was him?
아우라스와는 아는 사이였나?
Oh yeah. Both worked for UC Defense Research way back when. Different departments, but everyone knew Orlays. Had a mean eye for weapons tech. And a meaner temper. Wasn't exactly a surprise when he fled instead of standing trial after the colony war. But finding out he's taken up mass murder in the years since, that is a shock. You're sure about this?
틀림없다. 곧 내각의 증거가 도착할 것이다. 그래, 노래 하나 주자.
I don't know much about Orlays, but anyone with a sick mind like that needs
투명
to
인간이다.
his crimes and then dealt with appropriately.
투명 인간이야.
That's some impressive work. So then give us the rundown. Where's Orlays now? Were you able to bring him in?
아, 그렇게 하려고 했지만 수시에 따라온 대신 스스로 목숨을 끊었다.
I'm sorry to hear that. Those sorts of missions are always tough.
처음에 죽은 놈이 그 놈인가 보다.
Why he might have done it? Or what he was doing with the plant?
거짓말. 정의까지는 아니겠지? 어차피 거짓말 하기 시작한 거 다 거짓말로 해, 그냥.
Aha. That makes sense. Plenty of abandoned tech for an old warmonger to pilfer there. Instead, he stumbles on the plant and finds the perfect way of getting back at the UC for trying to put him on trial.
Decides to use the plant against the people that destroyed his old life. I can see that. Well, at least he won't be able to hurt anybody else now. Might be the best we could ask for, given the circumstances. So I guess there's nothing else to do but get this all in front of the cabinet. Unless there were other things we needed to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the terramorphs.
텔레모프에 대한 대처는 어떻게 해야 된다고 생각하는가?
Microbe is going to make the cleanup a whole lot quicker. If we're concerned about this Lazarus plant getting deployed again, that's the way to go.
The cabinet can secure the Lazarus plant, and then we're not risking any surprises when it comes to dealing with a microbe.
You're being paranoid. You know the science. You know we can make this safe.
I do know the science. I also know math. And a 1 in a million chance of a mutation isn't 0. So I guess we're still in discussion. Probably best at this point to let the cabinet weigh in. See if they have a preference.
아실레스를 다시 불러들이면 어떤 위험이 있을까?
Asylees aren't hostile to humans, but they are megafauna. If someone decides to pick a fight with one, it could get ugly. But they've already been spread far and wide once before when the UC was raising them as livestock, so the risk of introducing them to new worlds is minimal. Using them to clean up the terramorphs and leeches, though, it's not going to be nearly as expedient as the microbe would be. Given what we know now about the Lazarus plant, the speed of the job does matter. But going with the Asylees, we're at least dealing with known risks.
세상을 쓸어버리는 방법인데 이 두 가지가 모두 효과적일까?
They are.
Microbe needed minimal adjustment to account for heat leaching.
뭘 선택해도 효과적이라는
And the
거구만.
Asylees seem like they're even better at tracking leeches than morphs.
Hell of a sight to watch, though, when they catch them. Like an open airlock guzzling angry spaghetti.
가보자.
Here we go.
미생물을 쓸 건지 아실로폰과 뭔가 하는 그 거대한 동물을 사용해서 적들을 잡아먹게 할 건지, 적들이 아니기보단 그놈들을 잡아먹게 할 건지.
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. But according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true?
맞다. 공격은 계획적인 것이었어.
My God.
An attack? Using terramorphs? How is that possible?
You will all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then, is what the second report claims correct? Did Reginald Orlais commit these attacks, Captain?
여기가 최종 선택지구만. 자, 1분은 사실이다. 그래, 거짓말 가자. 어차피 거짓말 끝까지 왔어. 아니면 헤이드리한테 설명을 부탁하라 그럴까? 헤이드리안, 설명 부탁해.
You want me to?
네가 해.
Well, we believe that report to be correct, ma'am. Reginald Orlais appears to have committed the attacks.
Reginald Orlais? Wasn't there a report he'd been killed recently?
Body was found floating around Etheria. Report mentioned you were sent to try and bring him in, Captain. I guess that didn't go according to plan.
Ah, yes. I was told about your mission and who ordered it. Did you two suspect at the time Orlais might have been involved in the attacks?
우연히도. 나도 놀랐다. 무슨 말인가? 우연히도 나도 놀랐다라 가자.
Well, it appears you were ahead of the
뭔가
curve.
눈치 깐 것 같은데?
This report contains definitive evidence Orlais triggered the attacks via this Lazarus plant the captain and Major Sanan uncovered.
Simply harrowing.
Indeed. Though it would have been preferable for him to have finally faced the UC's justice, it seems both of you are to be commended for ensuring he was dealt with before he could strike again. You have our thanks. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the three of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President.
유씨는 어떤 수단으로 라자루스 공장을 보호할 것인가? 근데 헛분만으로 부족해. 다 쓸어버려야 돼.
We're already discussing the elimination of one species, Captain. Explain to me why you wish to eliminate another.
저 식물의 흔적을 지워버리면 아무도 저걸로 공격할 수 없게 된다.
That's only a partial solution. The UC should involve the Freestar Collective in the operation in an attempt to remain as transparent as possible.
And with Orles having been dealt with, this problem can end here.
And allow us to focus on the grander task to come. Very well. We'll clean up the plant. Thank you for the suggestion, Captain. So then, to our final topic. The Cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps. The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the Cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've been having similar debates ourselves, but the Captain has yet to weigh in.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but we'd like to know your take on the matter.
빨리 미생물로 쓸어버린다. 네, 얘가 날 것 같은데? 아실레스를 전개하는 것이 가장 안전하다고 본다.
I'm in full agreement. No need be delving into unpredictable sciences.
Here's hoping they'll be kept on a short leash.
That, madam, is most certainly the plan.
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the Captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude. Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. 근데 클래스 1?
It's a status reserved only for those who've dedicated their lives
헐.
to the United Colonies, or done great things for its cause. Class 1s enjoy an ample credit disbursement, an additional reduction on the cost of colonial goods. And I'm told the penthouse is rather impressive.
집이 생겼다. 감사합니다, 대통령님.
You all have earned it. Now, there's much to be done. Major Sinan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain, the Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground support for the TMD. As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you'll have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
크레딧도 추가됐고 집도 얻었고. 자, 집은 어디냐? 뉴포트의 바텐더와 대화하기, 작업? 갑자기 작업? 메인, 어? 세력. 끝난 거야? 만들어진 유산? 다음 보상을 받기 위해 투알라 사령관과 대화해라.
I'm quite busy, so if you'll excuse me.
집은 어디 있는데? 우리 집? 여기 아닌데? 투알라 사령관 사무실. 뱅가드 끝난 거야, 그럼? UC 요거는? 그러네. 세력이 더, 있다. 보좌관 임명이 있구나. 아닌데? 이건 FC인데? 진짜 끝난 거야? 만들어진 유산으로? 이야기만 해볼까?
Well, well, I've got to say, this is a first. I've never had a Class 1 citizen in my ranks before. Congratulations, Captain.
땡큐, 사령관.
No need to thank me. You brought this on yourself. I've already gone ahead and processed your Class 1 benefits. All UC goods and services should now have a thanks for protecting the colonies discount. And the credits should be in your accounts now. But to get into your penthouse, you'll have to pay a visit to the Aphelion Realty office. They should be able to grant you access.
무섭도록 아낌없이 주는구나. 근데 부동산 사무실은 어디?
Just out the front door and across the plaza, by the embassies. Look for the Aphelion sign.
무섭도록 아낌없이 주는구나.
Higher-ups wanted to make sure you know how much they appreciate what you've done. But with all that squared, it's time to get you a new assignment. There are your standard Vanguard missions, putting those pilot skills to use defending UC space. Or you could help the TMD in cleaning up terramorphs. Oh, and I got a request from Dr. Walker. Wanted your help collecting biological samples to keep an eye out for any, new alien threats on the horizon. Any of those missions call to you?
여기부터 진행되는구만. 잠시 외계인을 잊어버리고 싶어.
Of course. You've earned some R&R. Once you're rested up and ready to head out there again, you come see me.
자, 우리 집 가자. 집에 가보자. 부동산이 어디 있다고? 작업. 부동산. 여기가 부동산인가 보다. 여기인가? 여기군.
Never a better time than right now to settle down and make New Atlantis home. If you're a citizen, of course. Well, if it isn't the United Colony's newest Class 1 citizen, you've made quite a name for yourself in New Atlantis. In fact, the higher-ups want to thank you for your dedicated service by giving you one of the nicest pieces of real estate in the city. It's a premium penthouse at the top of Mercury Tower. Best location in New Atlantis, in my professional opinion.
What do you say? It'll just take a second to get you registered as the owner.
당연하지.
Great! You're in for a real treat. It's one of my favorite apartments in the city.
Okay, you're all set. Your new home's located in Mercury Tower in the residential district. You'll love the place. It has a gorgeous floor plan and an unbeatable view of the city. Now that you're an owner, I'm sure I'll be seeing you around town.
거주 구역에 머큐리 타워라고? 내려가는 길이 없었네. 내려가야겠구만. 이렇게 가가지고 한 칸 내려가서 거주구역으로. 주거지역. 머큐리 타워.
Definitely better than the last intercept.
땡. 여기가 마이홈이구만. 빠바바밤빰 빠바바밤. 자, 전망 좋고. 자, 내부 구조는 탁 트인 주방과 거실이 굉장히 넓구만. 거실이라고 하기보단 그냥 이동 공간이고. 오오오, 뭐 이렇게 커? 방 같은 거 꾸며야 되나? 여기도 또 만만치 않은데 뷰가. 근데 가구가 하나도 없네. 여기 욕실이야? 그런데 욕조가 없네? 욕조가 없어. 욕조. 난 욕조를 좋아하는데 욕조가 있어야지. 아쉽구만. 또 방이 또 이렇게 있고. 문. 뭐 다 텅빈, 뭐 아무것도 없네. 가구도 없고 아무것도 없어. 최소한 침대는 있어야 될 거 아니야? 그래야지 쉬기라도 하지. 여기는 또 다른 화장실이네? 넓기만 하네? 여기 뭐 드레스룸인가 본데? 넓기만 하고 아무것도 없네? 어쨌든 이렇게 해가지고 여기가 이제 메인 이제 침실이 될 것 같은 그런 느낌적인 느낌. 그렇게 이렇게. 자, 이렇게 해서 식민지 연합의 팩션 퀘스트가 끝난 것 같네요. 마지막에 선택지를 약간 거짓말로 떼오긴 했지만 결과가 좋으면 다 좋은 거니까. 일단 시청 감사드리고 구독과 좋아요도 부탁드리겠습니다. 항상 행복하세요.